So excited for today's episode. I'm going to be hosting one of my clients inside my Business Accelerator program. I hope you guys can hear me because there's so much wind here. And I'm going to be inviting Carl to join us. Hi, Carl. How are you? He's going to be coming on here and sharing his experience working inside the group coaching program, which is a Business Accelerator. I'm going to have my questions here to walk you through his experience. What was he struggling with before working with me? What did we exactly work on inside the program? Super specific, no theory, just exactly what are the things he worked on, what are the results he achieved, his experience, and how you can also work with Carl as well. So I'm going to invite Carl to join us. Straight to the point. Let's get going. Everyone, let us know, guys, where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know where you guys are tuning in from. And we're inviting Carl now to join us.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey Alia, how's it going?
Good, good. Can you hear me or is it too
Yeah, no,
windy?
I can hear you.
It's
Yeah.
fine? Okay, excellent. Thanks for coming on here. So I want to tell our audience first, what is it that you do? Okay, tell us more, like exactly what is it that you do? Who do you work with? And then I'm going to go over our questions that I've shared with you so we can let people know about your experience working together.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm basically a brand strategist and creative consultant and project manager. I mainly service companies and founders that are within entertainment, hospitality, F&B, and cultural spaces. Mainly what I help them do is, find their correct sort of brand voice, their narrative, help them like really establish really important and core brand foundations, and also sort of help them in brainstorming for creative campaigns, creative executions, really seeing how their brand is translated through different touch points and helping them manage their projects.
All right, amazing. So I believe you started your business recently, right? You launched your business this year, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
a
So
couple of months
before,
ago.
what is
A
it?
couple of months ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So before coming into the program, which is basically a business accelerator, it's a 6 months group coaching program. So what were you going through? Like, what was your business setup before working together?
Right. So before that, before we started working together, I was very much lost in a sense. I knew that I wanted to do something in my own time for my freelance career and all of that, but I didn't really know where to start. I had this one client that was sort of taking up most of my time, and I had a bit of time, like a couple of hours a day, maybe to work on side projects here and there, but nothing really that was sort of generating the income that I wanted. So I felt very dazed and confused, as they say. Like I really didn't know where to start from. Like how do I do like freelance? I've been an employee my whole life, so I've always been working with established brands, with established guidelines and processes and all of that. So yeah, that was basically my situation before I joined the program. Yeah.
Amazing. So can you let us know what is it that you worked on? I think now you've been in the program 2 months,
Two
3 months, three
months. Yeah.
months. It's
two
only 2 months.
months only.
Already a couple of things.
Yeah.
So can you let us know what is it that you've been working on since working in the program? Because so many people ask me, like, what is it that we actually work on? Like, I want to know like the specifics. So if you can share that, that would be
For
great.
sure. So I think like just to give like a top level sort of overview of what we've been doing is first of all just really helping like during this program you've helped me a lot in finding sort of my target audience, my proper sort of ideal client. So we were sort of working towards that in around the first month where I was doing a lot of market research and you were sort of guiding me through that and like how to do this proper market research, how to really fill out and find out who your ideal client is. And then this is probably one of the most valuable things that I learned, which is how to build a value ladder and how to really like be able to list out my services in a very clear and straightforward way. I consider myself a generalist. So before like joining this program, I was really like all over the place. I wanted to do everything all at once. So I think like the nicest part in the last 2 months at least was really like defining a proper service offering and then a good value ladder where I'm able to offer like three types of services and at a price where I'm comfortable in. And just really now I'm sort of in the early stages of outreach and now like building this lead generation and doing all this this very exciting homework now on like how to build my LinkedIn profile. And as you can see now, my Instagram account has 2 followers, 3 followers. So I'm just getting things set up as we go.
Course. I always love to start with my clients on their business foundations. Like, there's no
Yeah,
point of outreach or an Instagram page or ads or content if you don't work on everything that Carl works, which is
exactly.
in my program, it's 1 month of business foundations, target audience, market research, product suite or a value ladder, a bold statement. So when you come on here, when I ask you what is it that you do, you have a clear statement, so clear. And now you know what is the main platform that you're going to be used for outreach. In Carl's situation, it's, as we know, it's LinkedIn mainly. Like,
Correct.
it's not even there to get on Instagram, maybe like later when you're
Exactly.
delegated. But just getting that clarity, to me, so many clients have told me that's enough. The value of the full program can be nailed down in just the foundations part. Just gives you so much clarity, because
Absolutely.
or else you're just working every day. Not even you have this long to-do list, but you're just like doing random things.
Yeah.
So how did you feel about, how were you feeling about outreach and lead generation before coming into the program? And what are you currently doing in terms of outreach and lead generation now?
Yeah, so before that, it was really, really like a turn off for me. Like doing outreach, I really felt like if I'm the type of person who really hates being sold to, and like I feel like really icky when someone's like sending me a message saying like, hey, these are 5 things you can do better for your business, and like automatic, like just, being very much of a bro about it and like dumping everything, like giving all the expertise in one message or something like that. So I felt like it was so unorganic to me. And for me, I'm someone who really likes to be as natural as possible. I don't really like to be pushy. I don't really like to like force myself on others or like my opinions or whatever, So at first it was like very much challenging for me in terms of like the sales mindset. Um, and once I joined the program, I sort of understood a bit, and I really like this term that you use in the course, which is this feminine, like this female energy versus masculine energy, where it's like the masculine is very much things that you have to do, which are the foundations and all of that, and then the feminine energy has to sort of couple it. And I resonated a lot with that. I think like sales these days, and it's still, I still have this belief, right, that sales is still could be very bad and done in a bad way. But when you do it in a nice and an organic way, it makes others feel more comfortable, makes you feel more comfortable. So that's how I started to also feel like now, if I see someone on LinkedIn, I like, so for example, actually this morning, actually, a friend of mine was posting about like his business that he's setting up, and he's like looking for ideas for names. And then I chipped in. I was like these are really cool ideas. He had a poll, so I was like, these are really cool ideas, but I think like like just gave a quick opinion, and he was like, "Thank you so much. This was so like it actually helped the poll take off." And then he DM'd me, and now he's asking me if I'm in Beirut so we can catch up. So it's like it's just like this type of thing that I would usually never do even on LinkedIn. I'm really just very passive on the platform itself. And after the course, I realized that like just literally just being out there and being social with people and building relationships on a really friendship basis
Yeah.
is really the way to go.
I
So yeah,
love that, because it's like organic, right? Like, there are bad ways of doing sales and outreach. There are horrible ways to use LinkedIn and Instagram.
yeah,
Yes, but there are also normal, authentic, organic ways that we can use them. So I don't know why LinkedIn has such a bad reputation, but I love LinkedIn. So I'm glad you feel good
yeah,
about doing outreach. And you're doing it in such an authentic way. You're already getting DMs just by actually sharing your opinion about your expertise.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that's how simple it is. That's what I love teaching. So I'm glad it's working for you. So what are some of the wins that you can share with us? Other, For me, definitely, I would say having an offer and a clear audience is to me a big
Yeah,
win. So that, but do let us know what are some of the wins that you got, whether it's mindset, whether it's clarity, whether it's monetary. If you can share that with us, would be
definitely.
great.
Definitely. So I think first and foremost, mindset. I was like before this program, I was so like stuck in this self-doubt rut where I was like, okay, but like if I work in culture and arts, and this is an industry that's really close to my heart and entertainment, like I'm based in Europe, so for me, most of these things are funded by the government, so it's not really like a venture capitalist type of situation where like they have millions and millions to throw out for freelancers and all of that. So I was always just like finding these types of excuses for myself where it's like, yeah, but like who's gonna pay for a brand strategy? Like who's gonna pay you for a brand strategy? And then like just seeing people also on LinkedIn again, this negative side of LinkedIn that's really random and weird, where like people are saying like I've been working every day for the past 5 years and now no one's hiring me. So it's like, okay, but if they're saying that, then why am I the exception to that rule? But then, yeah, this sort of mindset shift really changed where now I have this abundance mindset, just trying to really attract and like manifest what I want to happen with my career, and really not worry about what other people are going through. Um, because at the end of the day, that's just static. It's going to affect my decisions. It's going to affect how I present myself, how I try to attract people and attract leads and all of that. So I decided to just, shut everything off around me, focus on myself and my goals and my career, and try to really like bring things forward. And in a month, so once that mindset block was unlocked, and thankfully it was unlocked really early, um, I was able to secure two clients, signed one on my first month, with it was a like a low ticket, but still really, really good as a start, right? So yeah, so that's also like a client win where like I was able to through this market research form that we built in the program, was able to reach out to a lot of people in my network that didn't know that it's like, oh yeah, Carl, like really you're freelancing. We didn't know. We thought you were still like working at da da da. So so yeah, from that I was able to like get, I think, around 15 people to fill out my market research form, and then from those 15 people, I got, I think, 5 calls, and then from these 5 calls, I got 3 signatures.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
That's around $2,000-3,000. Like,
Yeah. So, actually, more, so one signature is around 4,000, just one.
ah,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Because you said no ticket, so I was
The,
like, is it
the
a
first one
thousand?
was low ticket. The first one was 1,000. The first one that I actually finished. It was during my first month of the program. While I was doing my first month of the program, I was doing the first client. And
Amazing.
yeah, I got a $1,000 client, and then next week I have a final call with a client that is a potential 2.4K, and then there's another client that confirmed yesterday that she would like to start with me around August, September for 4K.
Amazing.
So yeah,
4 and 2, 6, around
around
seven. That's
7K. Yeah,
amazing. Any client, word of advice, any client that tells you going to start in August and September, remember, try to get in deposits early
for
because
sure.
they always try to change their mind. I'm like, you know what? Secure your rate now, $400 deposit. I'll give you a 10% discount as throw in 2 coaching calls. Like, this is
Exactly.
people in the door because I always tell my clients that every like 2, 3 new clients, increase your prices 10%, 15%, or increments of $500 because the more clients you work with, the more experience you have, and you
Yeah.
start delivering things faster. But you should charge. Doesn't mean if you do things in less time, that means you should charge less, right? So those are amazing calls, and I'm so happy.
That's
My
also a big win. Sorry, like just to interrupt you, but like that, what you said as well is such a big mindset shift in my head because, and I noticed like a lot of people that were in the program with us, we also like were discussing, and like it's like, but I know that I can do this in a shorter amount of time, so why would I charge more? But it's that point that you made. It's like they're not paying for the amount of time that you're spending on it. They're paying for the whole experience that you had that led you to do this in 2 hours, right?
Yeah,
Or
100%.
2 days or whatever. So,
It's not for your time. We're not employees anymore.
right,
It's for
exactly.
our expertise. So I'm so glad. I always tell my clients whenever I see them, like when they come in the program and they're like, where do I start? I'm like, you know what? Start with the mindset.
Yeah,
Because the mindset is everything. Like I learned very late in my business how important mindset is. Because like as an Arab, as a Lebanese,
mm,
startup world and entrepreneurs don't nobody talks about this. They don't teach
no,
this in college. They don't talk, your community of friends don't talk about it. If you say the word manifestation and abundance, they're like, what? So I had to learn things on my own. I had to go through things on my own, and I had to learn from Western societies about this, and then take that knowledge, implement it, and now teach it to all my clients, whether they're in the MENA region or around the world. Because sometimes if your standard traditional systems don't teach you that, they don't tell you that how important that's going to impact you when you write an email, when you do outreach, how you show up on videos,
exactly.
in content. Like it's just like the first 3 years in my business were like nothing compared to where I am in my business, and it's all really thanks to mindset. So I'm so happy you joined me in your career at the beginning
Yeah.
and gained. Already you did 8K in the first 2 months. I can't wait to see your amazing ones. Amazing. I love
Thank
that. So what are
you.
you actually working on moving forward? What are the next things that you're working on now?
So, within the program right now, I'm really just focusing on LinkedIn and like really trying to go all in over there, doing a 90-day plan and like trying to figure out like how I'm going to start building my lead magnet, and then I really like the idea of having like email marketing and like a newsletter. So I'm sort of also dabbling into that on the side and like trying to build a brand strategy creative newsletter like for trends or whatever. And yeah, so that's sort of my focus right now is lead generation. And it's summer, so right now it's not really popping. It's not really like all over
Mm,
everyone's looking for work or whatever. So I'm just taking my time, getting the foundations in place, getting the structure in place where it's like, okay, I have a nice funnel going from this lead magnet to this email list to hopefully like when they're converting down the line, like how I can convert them. But yeah,
yeah, amazing. To me, yes. So maybe clients are not like, okay, I'm gonna ready to invest now, but because we are signing high ticket clients and everything does kick off on an industry standard in September, it's it's very important to start building the relationship early
exactly.
on. So when
Yeah,
September comes, they know who they're gonna start with. Carl, you don't want to start in September. That will be a bit late.
exactly.
Other people would have before. So amazing that you work on your business foundations and the business structure, because that I love building sales funnels, right? Like I love talking about sales funnels. Sadly, so many business owners make the mistake of thinking that Instagram is the whole business. Like Instagram
Right.
is the business,
Yeah.
is the everything. And sadly, that is not the case. What you actually have to work on is the business foundations, and then two sales funnels to start with, whether it's email marketing or Instagram or LinkedIn and email marketing. So in your case, it's launching this new lead magnet and launching email marketing as well as LinkedIn. So I love that you're
Right.
doing that.
Yeah.
Amazing. So you will be launching soon. What's the lead magnet? Let's see who the lead magnet is for and what is it about.
Yeah. So when I did my market research, I had a lot of good responses, like and different ones. So it wasn't really clear cut to me at first, like what are the things that I could do as a lead magnet. But in general, I think people really resonated with two things. First is a masterclass. So like this masterclass on brand foundations, going from like how to build a brand strategy, like a core brand strategy, and transitioning it into a marketing strategy. So that it goes from like something that's very conceptual to something that's very executional. And like doing that one masterclass. And then another is something that's a bit more I would say like easier, like more snackable, let's say, which is a cheat sheet on like brand strategy, resources, and like tools. So like things like a brand pyramid or like how to do a certain tone of voice exercise and things like that. So it's mainly like for people that are still at the early stages of building their businesses, specifically for that cheat sheet. But I want to be able to also create different cheat sheets for different businesses at different stages because I'm aware that I also have clients that are fully established brands that are just looking to sort of execute on a campaign and they don't really know how to translate their brand values into an actual creative campaign in a nice and organic way without making it seem like they're hopping on a trend or they're like too close to like a hard sell, you know? So I want to be able to like differentiate sort of these cheat sheets. Yeah.
Amazing. That's a lot of lots of different cheat sheets for you. But
Yeah,
I do love the idea about trends. Love people love downloading these trends, and to me, like just to get people in to opt in their name and name and email is amazing. But just by giving them
yeah,
a quick lead magnet, even though they will might never look at that cheat sheet or apply it, but
exactly.
like it's something they were interested in related to their business, and now we can give them high value content in our emails. Email marketing to me is one of my favorite sales funnels, and honestly, like when you look at the people that keep opening your emails as you go through the flow desk training, those are your warmest leads. Like it gives you so much achievement and
Mm,
accomplishment. Like, oh my God, 2,000 people sign up to hear about what I have to say.
right.
It's so more impactful than followers and connections. So I'm glad you're working on that next. So I'm just going to ask you one more question before we end our
Mhm.
session. So if somebody was hesitant about signing into the Business Accelerator program, or someone was thinking about going into the program, what is one message that you would like to share with them?
That's a very good question. I think like okay, so I'm gonna quote one of my favorite shows on earth, which is The Sopranos. More is lost by indecision than no decision.
True,
So if you're
true.
really indecisive, really, really indecisive, it's gonna stay that way. It's always gonna stay that way. So really make a decision, and I would say that you would at least benefit from a lot of foundational things that really, really like I'm take it from someone who's like, I have a marketing background. I know what an audience like analysis looks like and all of that. But even for myself and my own business, I couldn't do it for myself. And I feel like people forget like to reach out and ask for help. And that's like so important. Like really look for help and try to get that done because there's not one person that I know that hasn't looked at a course, taken it, and then has said, I wish I had done this 5 months ago.
Mm,
Like I personally even told myself, I wish I had reached out to you earlier this year rather than reaching out to you like two months ago, you
mm.
know? So like really don't be indecisive and just really commit to your decisions and don't be afraid to ask for help.
Amazing. Actually, not making a decision is a decision. Is a
E-
decision.
Exactly, exactly. Like
And even
choosing
more,
not to do it is at least a decision, right?
what did you say?
Like choosing not to do it is a decision, but at least like don't like let it just cycle in your head all the time because it's so much wasted time and so much wasted effort. It's one topic, decide yes, no, keep it moving.
Yes,
But yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Amazing. Carl, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
my
Hopefully you'll
pleasure.
soon
Yeah,
launch your
yeah,
Instagram in due time. Anyways, I'll tag you here. And
definitely.
for whoever wants to meet Carl personally, they want to connect with him on a personal note about branding, please do. And Carl, I'll catch you in our call in 30 minutes and
Yes.
talk to you. All
Talk
right.
later.
Yalla.
Thanks so much, Arif.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Carl.